Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Hi, everyone. How are we doing? How's today? Feeling good? Okay. So we are going to talk today about branding, and branding is something that I love and I think is very, very valuable. And who can tell me, like, when I say branding, what comes to your mind when I say branding? What do you think about?
Public image.
Public image. Good. Okay, what else?
Certain colors.
Okay, keep going.
Logo.
Okay. Anybody else?
Letters, words.
Okay, words, letters. All right. Okay, so all of you are right, but most people think like branding as colors, logo, slogan, your sign, all of that, right? And that's a part of branding, but branding is more what the first person said is like public image, like how the public perceives you, right? What feelings are you trying to evoke? What is your value add? What makes you different than what, honey? Okay, I love you. Thank you. My daughter, she's like, I fed the dog. The dog always acts like she's never eaten ever in her life. And so I'm always like, did anyone feed the dog? Because she acts like, I'm so starving. You just ate 1 minute ago. So branding is more about, how you want your audience, your community to perceive you, right? That's what I want you to start thinking about in your marketing. And also a part of your marketing is, and your branding, right? Is like, it's attraction, right? Marketing is attraction. Branding is also attraction. Who are you going to attract in business? And it's really, really important, because remember, we say this: when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So we want to make sure that within our messaging, our copy, our branding, that we're really going after our exact ideal client customer that we're going after. I call it a client avatar. That's what the marketing world calls it. So who is that direct customer that we are trying to go after? And when you understand who your customer is, and you understand what your customer needs, then your copy and your messaging, which is a part of your branding, right, is going to speak directly to them. Now, sometimes we're going to do blanket marketing, right? Blanket marketing, meaning we're speaking to pretty much everyone. And that's good to do. So for example, if you do a market update, or you interview a local, restaurant, or you talk about, what's happening in the area, you're speaking to everybody, which is good, because then you're nurturing past clients. You're being reminded of, you're reminding people that used to work with you that you're in business. You're reminding people that don't even really know who you are. You're making them understand, oh, that person's in real estate. They're in real estate, right? But sometimes we want to make sure that our messaging really, really, truly speaks directly to our ideal customer and our ideal client. And the more that we do that, the more likely they're going to raise their hand and go, oh yeah, that's me. I need some of that. I need, that's me, right? Like I need help with that, or I'm in that situation. I want to call this person. And the more that, again, your messaging, your branding speaks to that person because of, who you are as a person. So for example, right, so we got Sean Sawyer here, and Sean Sawyer might attract a different client than maybe I would, right? For various reasons. I mean, we're different, right? We're different ages. I've got, extensions, he doesn't, in a lot of different reasons, right? Somebody might be like, oh, I like Krista's extensions. I'm calling her, and they might be like, I love, Sean's background of that flag that he has. He's a patriot. Okay. Like, even looking back at Sean's sign that he has back there shows a little bit about who Sean is. Would you all agree with that? Okay. That's a part of his branding. Okay. And so Sean, are you a veteran?
Yes.
Thank you for serving our country. Okay. So Sean's a veteran. Now, how did I know that? most veterans, they love the flag, right? And he's got the flag right behind him. So part of, like, if I were Sean and I were a veteran, I would make a part of my messaging and a part of my branding about being a veteran, about being a patriot, right? Loving my country and that kind of thing. That's branding. That's not colors or logos. Make sense? Now, by doing so, Sean is going to attract other veterans. I used to be a teacher. Okay. So I did things called the Hero Program, where I would give discounts to teachers, firefighters, local heroes, basically. And I call it a local hero program because I believe that teachers and firefighters and veterans, right? Veterans are one of the local heroes that we recognize. And we would give them discounts on appraisals and, around $1,500 worth of savings. And that was a part of a whole campaign that I ran. And people knew that I was a teacher. I cannot tell you how many teachers and police officers, first of all, tons of police officers and teachers are married. I don't know what it is about it, but they seem to like to be married. Right. And so how many that I work with, and it wasn't, it was the fact that my branding, my messaging was like, oh my gosh, I love teachers. I used to be a teacher. Right now, all of a sudden there's a little bit of camaraderie there. Okay. So, however, your pictures and your logos and all that kind of stuff is important too, right? I mean, you want to have that. So for example, in my programs, I always have people start off with, like, branding is an earlier part of our section, because I want them, when they start talking to people and have their messaging out there, that they kind of already have their look and feel, right? And they know who their target audience is, what that target audience, would be attracted to, what's going to have them raise their hand and go, oh man, that's me. I want to work with her. Right. And a part of that is, getting your logo to match. So for example, if I lived in, Florida, I probably wouldn't have, like, maybe Florida does have high rise. I might have palm trees on my, as a part of my logo, right? Showing that I'm from there. I probably wouldn't have, I don't know what Florida doesn't have, but I wouldn't have something that Florida didn't really, resonate with Florida, if that makes sense. So that is a part of it. But more important than your colors, your logos, your fonts is your messaging, what you're trying to convey, what you want your audience to be conveyed about you, your beliefs, your philosophies, like who you are as a person, because that is what's going to attract people, not your colors or your logo. Okay. What's going to attract people is going to be like who you are as a person, what you represent. Sean right there. I'm not exactly a rocket scientist, but I could tell Sean most likely probably is a vet. Right? Because many vets love their flag. They're patriotic. Okay. And so, like, if I was Sean, I would have that be a part of my marketing, because he is going to attract. Remember, marketing is attraction. Attraction is marketing. Marketing isn't logos and all that, colors, flyer. It's just like marketing is attraction. We want to attract business. We want to have business be pulled towards us and not constantly pushing. You're always pushing, right? Agents push. Okay. If you start thinking about attraction-based marketing, how can I attract my audience? You stop pushing and you start pulling business toward you, and it starts to become much easier. And then who you work with, you like more, you're much more like them. There's just so many different things that happen from attraction-based marketing. Does it make sense, everybody? Okay, so give me some questions regarding that. So another thing I would say, if, like, for example, I always recommend people that speak, like we have a lady that speaks Cantonese in my program. And I said to her, you need to, like, own that and put all of your marketing in Cantonese and in Mandarin. She speaks those two languages. I wouldn't even put anything in English. I'm like, you are going to absolutely be attracting that, people that speak that language. Like, everything should be in that. Has people that speak Spanish, same exact thing. Oh my gosh, everything should be in Spanish. Right? Everything should be in Spanish, because that's what you're going to attract. People like to work with like people. It's just how we are. Doesn't mean that we're bad, right? It means people are attracted to people that like the things that they like and do the things that they do, right? That's one reason why in my listing presentation, I always have testimonials, and I make sure I've got testimonials from elderly people, from different ethnic races, right? From younger people. I mean, I make sure that I have testimonials that I can show them that look like the people that I'm in front of. Now you can say, oh, that's whatever, I don't know. No, it's smart. It's called marketing, right? I want to make sure they understand that I understand working with all different types of people, and I have happy customers. So I purposely have those types of testimonials within my presentation. I make sure that one of the ones that I show them are someone that mirrors who they are, right? It's being a chameleon. I remember when I was young, my mom used to always tell me, you know, you need to slow down, Krista, when you're with people, you know, that aren't quite as fast as you. And I'd be like, oh my God, you're just telling me to be fake. And I just get so mad at her. Like, I thought, that is fake. I'm not going to do that. I'm who I am all the time. Well, she was right. I should have, you know, slowed down. And I don't lose listings very often, but I will tell you, I have lost a listing before because somebody's like, we really liked you, Krista, but my mom's 85. And I think you just might be a little too much for her, right? Because I didn't mirror my person that was in front of me. I was like, oh, I get that, you know? So, all right. So questions? No questions? I love collaborate. So just let you know. So there's something called natural learning. I used to be a teacher. Okay. And what natural learning is when you engage and you comment and you like, you know, you yell out the answer. When you do that type of learning, instead of when someone just sits there and just talks to you, you're more likely to implement and you learn more quickly. Right. So understand that. And also, people are sometimes afraid to ask questions. I was the kid that always had my hand up, and I can't tell you that, you know, because it takes a little longer for me to learn things. People would always be like, I'm so glad you asked questions because I was too afraid to. Mike.
Hey, good morning, Krista.
Good
Hey, can you
morning.
talk a bit about team branding versus individual branding?
No, I didn't. That's really, really a good thing to say. So that's awesome. Very, very good comment there. So let's talk about team branding, right? So what would team branding look like? Again, you don't need to have people that look like you as far as, you know, their ethnicity or anything like that. But if you have a team, your team, so for example, if you're going to take a picture, right? And this is more aesthetic, but you want to make sure that people kind of look the same. They're dressed the same, right? You wouldn't have somebody that's like in a suit and then somebody that's in shorts and flip-flops, most likely, because it doesn't give that kind of an image, right? And then again, what is your messaging? Who are you going after? Like right now, I'm thinking about teams that, let's just say, might, you know, be more casual. And so they're going to have a much more casual approach to their marketing. And then there's teams that are like, man, I deal with high profile professionals, and that's what I am, right? And that's how my content's going to be. It's two completely different type of people, right? And it isn't just their look, but it's even the way that they do things. Somebody that is maybe with beach properties, a little bit more laid back, they might be a little bit more fun loving and that kind of thing. Their content might be more like that, but somebody that's more going after like local professionals might be different as well. Okay. Kind of like Sean. If Sean had a team, he might want to have a team that's other veterans, right? Like we are a team of veterans and we're here to serve all of you, right? They're like-minded. Doesn't mean everyone has to be a veteran, but a lot of them could be. That'd be great. You know, again, and don't think or be afraid that, oh, because of the fact that I'm having a certain messaging or I'm going after a certain group or whatever it might be, that I'm going to lose business. It's not the case at all. You will still get the same amount of referrals. You'll still, attract typical, not your exact, client avatar, but you will absolutely for sure attract the ones that are more like your, what it is that you're going after as far as your marketing or messaging. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see from people is that they are afraid that, well, gosh, if I do this, people are going to, they're going to think that, I'm losing business. Cannot be more untrue than that. Okay. Cannot be more untrue. Are you wanting a kickstart on your business and you want to learn how to be the go-to professional in your industry? Well, guess what? I've got a challenge for you. It's 5 days of coaching. It's brand new. Just go to KristaMashore.com/client conversion. That's KristaMashore.com/client conversion. And you'll get a training with me for 5 straight days that's going to help kickstart you as the go-to professional in your industry. So sign up and I'll see you there. Any questions about that, right? So let me give you an example about my marketing, okay? So if you know me, you know that I have a lot of energy. Like I got a lot of energy. I'm pretty excited. I'm enthusiastic, If you look at my colors, my branding colors for my coaching company, they're like bright orange, bright pink, but that's like who I am, right? And I promote positivity and like I'm all about that, okay? You'll also know, what it is that I teach and coach, right? Like, I mean, my branding, my messaging is all about exactly what I teach and coach, social media and video and, digital marketing. I'm not talking ever about open houses or door knocking or cold calling, or what I'm saying is don't do that and do this. I'm very prolific. Okay. Prolific meaning I want people to be oh my God, I love open houses. She's an idiot. Good. You're not my people, right? I want people that are like, I want to learn this new way. So sometimes my content is very prolific. When I first started marketing, people were like, she's so stupid. Open houses are the most amazing thing 3 years ago. Like they were just meanies. And I'm like, you're not my people, right? And then people were like, well, I think what she's trying to say is there might be a more innovative way to do things. And we could maybe like open our minds a little bit. But it was like, I mean, at one point I'm like, should I take these ads down? Because people are just like going crazy here. No, I mean, those people aren't my people, right? Does that make sense, everybody? It's the same thing with houses when you're selling homes and stuff. And another branding messaging might be you want to work with seniors or you want to work with senior communities. That's going to be a totally different message and look and feel than if you're working probably with me. I'm almost a senior myself, but you know, I'm the 70, 80 year community probably won't be quite as attracted to me because I do have so much energy, and they might be like, wow, it's a bit much for me, right? Did you get that? But however, professional minded people, people that, because we put a really professional piece out there, like my branding, my messaging, I'm attracting a clientele that wants, like, they want that kind of service and that kind of level. Okay. So much so that I had to literally do a video like, we sell all kinds of houses. We sell big houses, we sell small houses, we sell dog houses. We don't just sell big $1 million houses. Like we sell every house, because people, you know, they were thinking that because we do so much marketing at a high level that we wouldn't do, you know, a $400,000 house. And it's just like, oh, no, that's not the case, right? That's how on point my branding is. Make sense? Now, with that being said, like my average price point is high for the area. So we do plenty of $1 million homes, and that's not the standard around here. But like just in the past, 2-3 months, we've sold multiple $1 million properties, and the average is like 800 is a high here. It's probably closer to 700 is more the average. And our average is closer to $1 million because of our messaging, our marketing, our branding, what we're putting out there. Make sense? Okay. So not too technical today. I'm going to do an amazing training on next Wednesday. So you want to be here for that. I'm going to talk about like 10 things that every ad should have from beginning to end to have you for conversions to go up. Okay. So you really want to be here next week. Also, next week I have a free challenge going on. So I'll put it in here. It's free challenge. It's Monday through Friday from 9 to 10:30, where I'm personally coaching every single day. So you just go to Krista Mashore.com/client conversion. Again, that is free, and I'd love for you to share it to everybody. One thing I think that real estate agents really need to get better at is not being like, so, oh my God, I don't want anyone to know what I'm doing. Like they're so afraid of helping other agents or having other agents do things. And I think that's part of the reason why so many agents struggle, is because they have that mindset, right? So, and it's really, really good to have more people that you are supportive of you and with you. I mean, I'll tell you what, part of the reason why our organization is so tight is because we are close. I mean, we are absolute friends, right? Mike Brown and Kevin Scott and myself, like people here that are within this, we are close. Like, there's more people that are in here as well. But I'm just saying, like Mike and Kevin are best friends now. And so you want to have that close knit community, because we can truly, truly help each other. That's what I love about EXP actually is that how close we can all be and how we can support each other and really, really be there for each other. And it's just, I love that about this company. And I kind of went on a tangent there, sorry. But more questions. Shelly, I like your jacket. Branding is important, everyone. I mean, so when I first got
example of your branding.
What was it?
So what's an example of branding that you would say? So do you pick like a hobby that you do and like mix it with, your target that you're going after, or I don't know, just like some examples?
Yeah, who's speaking? I don't see. Is it? Huh?
Cindy.
Oh, you must have your video closed, huh?
I do.
Oh, okay. Hey, you guys know I have a rule. Everyone's video has to be on. Videos have to be on. I've done videos with no makeup on and putting it on. We want to see the videos. It's very, very important. Okay. So that's a great example. So think about something that you love to do. So branding might be somebody that's like, I want to work with single moms, or I want to work with people that are going through divorce, right? Or I want to work with people that love golf. I mean, something like that, like huge. Golfers love golfers. Okay. It can be something that you enjoy doing, and you put that into it. Like I do love cooking. I don't have as much time as I used to do it, but there's plenty of times where I'll cook and I'll like train at the same time. Okay. And people are like, what are you making? You know? And so they kind of get excited about that. So it's not just all real estate. Or and I like wine too. So like I'll show, I'll show my wine machine, or probably sometimes when I've had too many glasses. But so the point is like I'll put my personality into that. Now, with that being said, some people that do not like to drink wine are not going to be, I might totally, like they're not going to like me for that. Does that make sense? So I'd like to put my character and personality into things that I'm doing for my branding. Yeah, hobbies that you love doing. Might be certain age group. It might be, there's so many different things that you could make a part of your branding or a part of your niching, right? In our 2-day event, we go like branding, niching, like it's like a half a day that we really go over that, and we really identify it. And the reason being is because your marketing dollar will go farther, you'll spend less money, and you'll reach more people, believe it or not, when your branding and your niche is on point, because then your marketing messaging is speaking directly to those people. So really identifying every aspect of your customer avatar. Let me give you a good example. Okay. So when I got into real estate, we were very successful in real estate coaching. Okay. And so I've been doing it for over 3 years now. And I've been here after like a year and a half, people were telling me, you should do this, Krista, like for professionals, like anybody could use this. This works for any professional. Right. And I was like, okay, you're right. It totally does. So I wrote this book called The Ultimate Lead Gen Playbook. The Ultimate Lead Gen Playbook, and it's geared towards professionals. Okay. So I spent a year writing the book, right? Because it's no easy thing writing a book. It takes a long time. And I was like up at 4 a.m. doing this. My husband's like, oh my God, turn your computer off, because that's all you have time is to do it in the middle of the night. And then I ran these ads. And so for the client conversion accelerator, right? Do you know that when I run the ads, out of 100 people, 99 are realtors? Because my messaging speaks to realtors. I know realtors' pain points. I know what they need. I have been one for 20 years. I've sold 2,200 homes. I get what realtors need. I can't speak directly to an insurance agent, a mortgage broker, a doctor, a roofer, right? It's like, it doesn't work. But so guess what I did? I said, you know what? I'm done. Yes, I know I created this wonderful course and I wrote this book, but I'm losing money and I just need to go back to focusing on real estate. Yes, I still have that program and that training, and people can do it, but it's like, I'm not spending ads on that because my ads were not speaking directly to somebody. But when I run ads for real estate, right? So now it says it's like the real estate client conversion accelerator, right? Real estate's everywhere now because I'm going after real estate agents. Okay. Before I was speaking to everyone, so I was speaking to no one. And I was like, what's wrong? Well, you're not taking your own advice about niching. That was what was wrong, right? Shame on me. I lost money. Okay. Any more questions? Ken, do you have a question? By the way, Ken is very smart. You're muted, Ken. Ken is a very, very smart guy.
Thank you.
Very much so. I'm very impressed by you.
So I'm realizing, taking your course, that you've got the professional like green screen videos, but you also have the lifestyle videos of this is who I am. Then you have the little wisdom insights like, hey, I'm driving my car. I just realized that, people in green cars always take a right turn at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Right? That sort of thing. So how do you mix that up? Because I think that's where your personality comes through. You establish professionalism, but you also establish personality in an image through that more ad hoc type of video. How do you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point. So, so you can, one thing that I think people need to really start to be more of is themselves. Okay. Like it's difficult. What does Facebook call? You call it fake book. Everyone's always trying to look so perfect on there. And, my family's so wonderful and everything's so great. And then they're getting divorced like a month later. Right. And they were just full of crap the whole time. People do not like that. So I will say I probably go on Facebook a little too much when I'm not really put together, but since I create so much content, it's okay because they see like professional Krista, but there's plenty of times where like one time I was at a Zillow conference and I was like, put my hair up in a bun. I didn't have my hair tie. So I grabbed my G-string underwear and used my G-string underwear to put my hair up in a bun. And people about lost their pants. They were like, is that under? I'm like, yeah, and it's dirty. It's fine. No worries. Right. And it's like, they kind of saw a little bit about my personality. And I'm not saying for everyone to do that, but be yourself. It's okay to be yourself. And I think that people understand, like with working with me, they know Krista's going to be fun. Like I'm going to have fun with her. Like, and I attract that kind of a fun type of person. I don't usually have like Mr. Stick Figure, you know, they're not really attracted to me because that is not who I am. Right. But when I do my market updates, like you should all go to my YouTube channel and check it out. My market updates are very professional. There's a green screen. And then I have some where it's just me in here talking to the camera or in my car, just like Ken said. So kind of mixing it up, it's difficult. First of all, everyone understand creating content is difficult. Okay. It's not easy for anyone, including myself. I don't post enough on social media. My team is like, you need to do more lives, Krista. People love when you do lives. They like hearing like you just, you know, going at it. You need to do more. And I'm like, I know, but I'm just so busy at the time. So it's not easy for anybody. But I will tell you, when you get the urge to do it is when you need to just do it. Right? Like when you get the urge to do it, people say, oh, write these ideas down. And what I try to do is that, so a good example, I think it was like on Friday. Oh, no, it was Saturday. So I took this course. Okay. I had Monday and Tuesday, I had a 2-day event, which I was the trainer. So for 2 days, I was at this 2-day event. I was exhausted, but I signed up for a course that was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was like 10 to 12 hours a day. So I went to it, and the first 2 days I was like, I know most of this stuff, and I was really proud of myself. I know a lot of this, right? But I kept a good attitude, and I still showed up to the last day. So the last day, there was one session that was 45 minutes long. So out of a 24-hour, it's like more than that. It's probably like 10, 20, like almost a 30-hour training. There was 45 minutes that I was like, knocked my socks off. I was like, this was worth the whole 30 hours that I just spent, right? Hi. How you doing? He's
saying hi to you, Jack.
Hi, Jack. So I went ahead and I went on Facebook and I was like, oh my gosh, I just, I was getting ready in the morning. I didn't have any makeup on. And I actually was in my nightie. Probably should have not done that because later I looked, my boobs were kind of hanging out. So anyways, don't do that again. But so I'm sitting there, I'm doing my face and I've got really, really red skin. My face is not that attractive when anyways, I love my face, but my point is that, so I'm doing this stuff and I got the urge right then. I was like, oh my gosh, this was an amazing 45 minutes. And so I went on Facebook Live and I just said, hey guys, I just want to tell you that I just spent, 3 days doing this. And here's the story. The moral of the story is, number one, never stop learning. Number two, don't, if you sign up for somebody, have a positive attitude about it, keep showing up. I said, I could have been negative Nelly over the first 2 days, not learning a whole lot, but I didn't. I was like, oh, this is good. I'm proud of myself for knowing what I know. I kept showing up and I got my socks lit up on Saturday morning for a 45-minute session, which is going to make me a ton more money, just that 45 minutes, right? So instead of me focusing on 30 hours of what I kind of already knew, I focused on the 45 minutes that literally is going to help me sell a lot more real estate and a lot more coaching. Okay. And I was like, yeah, I was super, super excited. I didn't wait until, 5 days later when I had my makeup on. I did it right then because that was when I was excited. Right. So I think sometimes it's difficult to do that because we're afraid of what we look like, or it might not be the perfect time, or I don't have the perfect background, or I'm in my nightie, whatever it is. And we just have to do it. Okay. That also showed a lot about my brand. That showed that I like education, that I have a positive attitude, right? I was emulating what I teach. I teach my students, hey, you got to focus on what's working, not what's not. Focus on the good, you'll get more good, right? And there was probably 2 hours in total that I literally bought the videos or whatever of it. And I typed word for word that 45 minutes because it was that good. I'm going to be able to use that now because that's the reason we took this course. It was called the event on virtual events. It teaches you how to have better online virtual events, right? And so she taught us, like, here's the 5 reasons why people don't buy, which, by the way, I'm going to teach you guys because it's the same for anything, whether it's a house or a course, right? So that'll be a part of what I'll be doing in the future. Okay, 8:30. Any more questions? Nope. You guys good to go? Okay, I have to hop off because I have my EXP meeting with my team in my partnership. So I have to go, but everyone make it a great day. And remember, marketing is attraction, right? We want to attract people by our messaging. That's a huge, most important part of our branding. Got it?
Thank you, Krista.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.